Hello, everybody. I'm Grandma Christmas, and I'm here to celebrate with you because Christmas certainly is the very best time of the year, the happiest time of the year. And today is a very special day because we are going to have a puppet show. And that puppet show is going to tell a wonderful story about Christmas. So, everybody, please put your listening ears on, both of them, and open your eyes very wide because we are about to begin. I'm so glad that you're all here this afternoon because I have a story about Christmas that I wanted to share with you. I'm sure that you all know about Christmas. Raise your hand if you know what Christmas is. Would you like to tell me? I'm sorry, I don't know your names. Would you like to tell me? What's Christmas? Christmas Day, is it special? Anybody else have another idea? It's Jesus' birthday, exactly right. Yes.
And it's important so you can open presents.
That's right. I knew that you would understand. Aiden, what were you going to say? Almost time for Christmas? Okay. But suppose that no one told you what Christmas was all about. How would you know? Well, today we're having a story about two little animals who live in a zoo. They never heard of Christmas until the day the zookeeper forgot to lock their cages. Penny Panda and Lenny Leopard had slipped out of their open cages and were watching what was going on across the street from the zoo.
Look at all those trees. Where did they come from? I see them. They weren't there the last time Mr. Zookeeper forgot to lock our cages. I don't think anyone planted them. They wouldn't have grown that fast. Look, someone is taking one of the trees and tying it to the roof of his car. I've never seen a car with a tree on it before. Me either. I want to see more. Let's cross the street and hide behind the big bushes so no one can see us. I don't think that's a good idea, Penny. Suppose Mr. Zookeeper notices that we aren't in our cages. We'll be in a real lot of trouble if he finds out. Don't worry. We won't be gone long, and Mr. Zookeeper won't check our cages until tonight. Come on, let's hurry. Otherwise, we'll never solve the mystery of why those trees are there.
Penny and Lenny carefully crossed the street and hid behind some large berry bushes where no one would see them. They could see families picking out trees and tying them to the tops of their cars. And as the cars drove away, they could hear people call out, "Goodbye, Giuseppe, have a Merry Christmas." Now the little animals didn't know it, but Giuseppe was the man who sold the Christmas trees. He loved selling trees, but even more than that, he loved singing Christmas songs. I bet you like to sing Christmas songs too, don't you? Take out your puppets, everybody. Put them on your finger, and we'll sing. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride
are lots of Christmas lights and ornaments.
You're right, Giuseppe. It really is beautiful. I know our children, Tommy and Claire, will love it.
It's a nice tree, Giuseppe. We'll take it. Will you tie it up so we can put it in the back of my truck? It's the red one right over there.
Sure thing, Mr. Mayberry. While I'm tying it up, why don't you both get some hot chocolate? Come with me and I'll show you where it is.
From the bushes, Penny and Lenny watched as Giuseppe led Mr. and Mrs. Mayberry into a small shed. They decided they had to do something quickly if they were going to solve the mystery of the trees. They snuck out from behind the bushes and jumped into the back of the Mayberry's red truck, where they hid under a blanket that was lying on the floor. They stayed very still when they felt the tree being laid on top of them. Goodbye, Giuseppe. See you next year. Merry Christmas, they heard Mr. and Mrs. Mayberry call out. When they came to a stop in the driveway, Mr. Mayberry lifted the tree out of the back of the truck. He didn't even notice the 2 bumps under the blanket. As soon as Mr. and Mrs. Mayberry went inside, Penny and Lenny hopped out of the truck and headed towards the house.
I wonder where we are. I told you I didn't think this was a good idea. Stop worrying, Lenny. We'll figure something out. If we had gone back to the zoo, we would never solve the mystery of the trees.
But the man took the tree into his house. We're not going to be able to see what he's doing with it.
Look! They've opened the curtains on the window. Now we can see what's going on. Oh, it's so pretty. They put lights and balls on it, and there's a star at the very top.
A few minutes later, Penny and Lenny heard Tommy and Claire's mother say, "Well, I think it's time for 2 little children to call it a night. I imagine Santa Claus will be here very soon." "I'm going to lock the doors, but I'll leave the Christmas tree lights on," said Mr. Mayberry. "That way, Santa will be sure to find us." Penny and Lenny had been so absorbed in looking at the beautiful tree, they never saw the sleigh flying towards the house. It wasn't until they heard the sound of sleigh bells that they looked up.
Look up there. I see flying reindeer. But that's ridiculous. Reindeer can't fly.
Oh, you're right. They are reindeer. And they're pulling a sleigh with a man in it, all dressed in red.
It looks like they're going to land right over there. We better hide.
Now Penny and Lenny didn't know what to think. They hadn't solved the mystery of the Christmas tree, and now a sleigh pulled by reindeer had landed on the ground near them. What was going on? The animals had tried to hide, but Santa Claus had seen them.
Don't be afraid, little animals. No one's going to hurt you. I'm Santa Claus, and I've come to deliver Christmas presents to the nice people who live in this house.
What's Christmas, Santa Claus?
You don't know what Christmas is? Well, now I understand. You are baby animals. You weren't born until the spring. Well, let me explain. Christmas is a very special time of year when people celebrate Jesus' birthday. They decorate trees, make cookies, sing carols, and give each other presents. It's also the time of year when people try to be very, very kind to people they don't even know.
You solved the mysteries of the trees for us, Santa. People decorate them and maybe have
Christmas trees. Why are you giving Christmas presents to the people who live in this house, Santa?
Oh, because the people who live here have been very good all year.
But how are you going to get into the house, Santa? I heard the man say that he was going to lock the doors.
Oh, I have a very special way of getting into houses with locked doors. I just slide down the chimney with my magical bag of presents.
But how do you get back up the chimney, Santa?
Oh, well, that's magic too. I just touch my nose and up the chimney I go.
We've been good all year too, Santa Claus. Will you bring us some presents too?
You need to be asleep in your beds before I can bring you presents.
But Santa, we're so far away from home. We came here in a truck, and now we don't know how to get back.
Well, it seems that your first Christmas is going to be extra special. Hop into my sleigh and I will fly you home. Go right to sleep, and tomorrow morning when you wake, you'll find a Christmas present just for you.
The animals all hopped into Santa's sled and flew up to the roof of the house. Santa jumped out of the sled with his bag, and in just a twinkling, he slid down the chimney. Next to the tree, he gently laid a sleeping puppy that was in a basket. That was for Tommy. Then he placed a rosy-cheeked baby doll for Claire nearby. As soon as he got back into his sled, he told his reindeer to fly to the zoo. Penny and Lenny thanked Santa for the ride and headed as quickly as they could to their soft beds in their cages. And in just a few moments, they were sound asleep.
Look what Santa left for me. He brought me a present too. Look around, Santa brought all the animals a present. Oh my goodness, I was so excited about getting a present that I didn't even notice it. What is what? A Christmas tree. Santa brought us a Christmas tree. It's so pretty that it makes me feel like singing. Me too. In fact, I think everybody should sing. After all, it is Christmas.
Would you all like to sing? Get your puppets ready. We're going to sing We Wish You a Merry Christmas.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. The time is for Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry